Hi, welcome to another edition of Mainframe here on BlauTech.com and WGRA.net. Every week we talk to Paul Blau from BlauTech Computers about a different aspect of either equipment, software, or gadgets, or other things that kind of either make your life easier or try to answer some questions that you might have about how to operate some of this stuff. And today we're going to talk about one that I'm sure you'll be very interested in, and that is how to use social media for your business. Now that's a question, Paul, that I'm sure that almost every business owner that might be watching this has asked themselves before. What is this Facebook thing? What do I do to make it pay off for my company? Because I hear about so many people that are using Facebook to grow their business, but it's not as easy as it sounds. Facebook is a unique thing, and so is Twitter and all these other social media,
Right.
but they can be a very powerful thing when it comes to really promoting or marketing your business. So first, kind of give us an overview. If you're a business owner and you want to use Facebook to promote your business, what is the process?
Right. So to start with, just a few years ago, all of us used the Yellow Pages as one of the main advertising mechanisms to make people aware of who we were. If you've noticed, the Yellow Pages telephone book gets shorter and shorter and smaller every year because people are taking that money that they were paying on those ads and either keeping it in their business or diverting it to other causes. People don't search for information in the Yellow Pages or in those phone books at all. It's almost all done online. It's mostly done mobile online on cell phones, for instance. And they're using a lot of new resources. Facebook is one of those resources that they will use to be able to get information. So whereas in the past, we would, given the Yellow Pages, would look up a business, and then in the very recent past, we would just go to Google and we would Google information on that business. We still do quite a bit of that. But now what a lot of times is actually happening is if somebody, say, needs new tires, they may put a post on Facebook to their friends saying, hey, what's a good tire company around? I need some new tires. And so they're actually getting their information in a social method. And if you are a retail business or a business trying to reach that segment of the population, you've got to be in that loop so that you can make sure that your products are going to be talked about and that they're going to be promoted. So what we're going to be doing with Facebook and some of the other sites is we're going to be trying to get communication that's going to help people understand who we are, a little bit about our business. Probably we're going to have to go kind of under the covers of the business, maybe show some of the things that are going on socially within the business itself.
Right.
Not just throwing a bunch of ads at people. People aren't going to read those, but you could do. I'll give you an instance of something that worked really well for us. We have a cancer survivor in our organization, and that's a big deal to us because she's a very valuable member of our team, and we're real excited that she's done very, very well. And so we got the pink T-shirts and did the team logo on it, and we took our pictures together and we wore it all day long. We posted that onto social media, and that's something that people are going to look at and they're going to pay attention to, and they're going to talk about it, and it's going to relate to other cancer survivors and things like that. So that's how you build that relationship. Now, does that lead them to buy a computer or buy some services from us? No, but it does create brand awareness, and it does help them to put a human face on who we are so that when they think about us, they think in a positive vein. And that's certainly something that we can use Facebook for. Now, Facebook also does allow you to do ads, and you can and can be very strategic about that. And you have to pay for that. They have business Facebook pages now that you can post information about your business. You have to be real careful with that, though, because they actually limit the amount of information that will flow out of that page to the people that have liked your page. So just because you have 500 people liking your page and you put a post on that doesn't mean automatically those 500 people saw that post. Facebook is created an algorithm to where they reduce the number of impressions that you're going to get from that page because they want you to pay for and promote those ads within that. And I'm not opposed to doing that. If you have the right business model, you could spend some of that money that you used to spend on Yellow Pages, for instance, and put it into doing like a Facebook ad and be very successful. But if you're a consumer-faced business, a consumer business that is trying to deal with residential users, Facebook is a tremendously powerful tool. Business to business, not quite as powerful, other than trying to get the name about who you are in the human face of your business.
Right. Now, you mentioned something that I know that a lot of us that are in business struggle with, and that is, how do I get someone to like my business?
Right.
I like my business, and I therefore think that everybody should, be
Right.
gung ho about my business. But that's
Right.
not always the case. So, are there techniques that a business owner can use to kind of get people to either see their Facebook page,
Right.
because unless you like it or unless you ask them to join, they're never even exposed to it. To be exposed to your Facebook, and then something we can do to get someone to like it.
Sure. So first off, you need to take a professional look at your Facebook page.
Right.
And it doesn't need to simply be something you threw together in 5 minutes. It needs to represent your branding. It needs to look like the rest of your, if you have a website, and you should have a website. If you don't have a website, that's where you really need to start at. But it should look like your website. It should look like your business card. It should look like the logo on the building to your business. And there should be that consistent branding, and it needs to be professional. The second thing is it needs to have useful information on that, so that it's going to drive people to want to come to that to look up information. And the third thing that you can do is you can do things like contests, where maybe if you were a restaurant, you might get a free soft drink or something like that, some type of a coupon. If you like our page, you get this. Now, another neat thing is that there is a new actual Wi-Fi router out that has a special integration in with Facebook. And so if you wanted to set up, if you have the right kind of business, you want to set up public Wi-Fi, then we could assist you in doing that. And this particular router has the, to be able to use the public Wi-Fi, you have to like the business on Facebook. And that gives you the permission then to use the public Wi-Fi. And I thought that was kind of a very innovative way of getting that done. So you've got to be creative, whether it's through a contest of some sort. I've seen things like giveaways, like we're running a special this month. If you like our website, then you'll be eligible to win an iPad or something like that. And people will then like the site. Now you have to be careful, because you may end up getting a lot of people liking your site that really have nothing to do with your.
If they don't win, they unlike it.
Or they're not potential clients,
Right.
perhaps. So you've got to be very strategic about that. But all of those techniques are things that can work. I think putting relative information out there. I went to a conference, I guess almost 3 quarters ago now, where they said that businesses need to be positioning themselves as experts in their industry, and to do that, you've got to start creating content. And so we can't simply be the guys that do computers. For instance, we do videos now,
Right.
and what we're doing right now is a great example of that. We're trying to put content out there so that people will associate us with the technology, and then we are posting that information to Facebook, and hoping to get people to like us as a result of the things that they see.
And one thing I know that is very important is you tell a story. I mean, humans are really geared towards listening to or being captivated by a story. And if your business has a story, for example, say I started a shoe store, and the reason I started the shoe store is because my great-grandfather had a shoe store in Germany, and he passed on, and I discovered his molds for making a special kind of shoe. And so I started making these shoes and selling them, and everybody got that's a story that will really captivate people that visit either your website or Facebook. People love that story. And so that's something that people need to consider. You're right. Putting a Facebook post that just says, here's a picture of what we got on sale this week, can be dull. And a lot of times people just go over that. But if you put video or other things that really capture people's attention, especially if it's a story, then it really works.
And the other thing that you've got to do is you've got to do consistent posts. And what I have read is that really, if you really want to be serious about marketing through Facebook and those types of sites, it's about 7 a day, 7 posts.
Seven Facebook posts a day?
7 posts a day.
Now, doesn't that kind of get over to the area of starting to irritate people?
Well, the rationale behind that is that different people look at Facebook at different times, and you've got to find that optimal placement. And so if you
they get buried way down in your
very fast. Well, I don't know. If the average person probably has 500 or more friends on Facebook that are all posting different things about their life, and you're going to just get lost in that crowd unless you buy one of those ads that you're
that
paying
rolls
money
it to the
from.
top.
And then you can use products like there's a program called Hootsuite, and Hootsuite is something that allows you to help manage your social media. So you can schedule. You could go first thing on Monday, you could write your 7 posts for every day of the week, and then have Hootsuite automatically post that for you at
Right.
particular times throughout the week. So
Hmm.
you don't have to have a timer set. And, it's time to post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Let me type it real quickly.
All right, well, let's talk about another social media that I have an account, but I'm not really sure what to do with it, and that's Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter is 128 characters.
140.
140, okay, 140 characters, and you can type whatever you want to. But there's also ways to like put links on there and photos, and I'm not really sure. What is the difference between Facebook and Twitter for people that maybe are confused about
Yeah,
it?
not a lot. And what it is, though, is you have to know your demographic. You have to know your market. So millennials, the 20-somethings, they're going to use Twitter. They don't use Facebook anymore. Facebook is for their parents. Twitter is predominantly used by the much younger crowd. And so if you're after high school, college age, post-college, that's something that they use quite often now. It was designed to do quick posts of, this is what I'm doing at this minute. That's why they have the character limitation on it, because it was supposed to be just quick snippets of
Right.
what was going on. And you can use that. There's some very creative things that people can do with Twitter as far as being able to do tracks, because you can do trendings, and
Right.
and that's really what you want to do in Twitter, is to trend and to be able to be
Create a hashtag that everyone grabs
yeah,
onto.
exactly. And you can also monitor with various software. You can monitor hashtags, and so you can monitor the hashtag of your business or things related to your business, and you can actually mine quite a bit of information out of that. So it has advertising options just like Facebook does, so you can do preferred tweets, and that'll be more and more the case with everything out nowadays in the social media market. But it is very similar, but not quite the same as Facebook, but it becomes one more tool that you get to use.
Now, the things that I see on Twitter, little message, and then there is some kind of what looks like a website address,
Correct.
a link. Now,
Right.
is that created? If I'm using it, say I'm doing a Twitter post on my phone, do I create the link using my phone, or is that a link to something else that's been created, say on my website?
Right. So many different ways. You can type in it's called a URL, and the link that you're referring to, and you can use like shortcut links, which reduce it. And you'll see Owly and different things like that are examples of the short website names. But you can put in a full, long
Yeah.
name. We can put in blauteck.com or one of our subpages or what have you. But yes, you're keying that in, and you may be using a tool to make it a little bit easier. A lot
Right.
of times, what I will do, the primary way that I use it is I'll forward an article.
Right.
So something I've read that I think is really interesting and will that I want to share with people, that kind of communicates my brand, my image. I'll share that out, and I will share it on Facebook. I'll share it on Twitter. I'll share it on LinkedIn. I'll share it on Google Plus.
And it can be as simple as, say, going to where that article is on the internet, copying it, then going to Twitter,
Yeah.
typing your thing and pasting it.
Well, most of the times it's even easier than that, because usually when you go on the web to read that article, right underneath it, it's got click here to tweet it, click here to put it on Facebook, click here to put it on Google Plus, and you're generally just clicking that. You may want to put a comment in or something like that to be able to extend it out.
All right, so if you have a business and you want to get started with this, I know that Blautech it can show you how to basically get going. And in the future, one of the things that you're planning on doing is having training classes
Sure.
here that people can really learn social media from the ground up. So the best place to get started really is right here at blautech.com. Now you're going to see all kind of links and things on this page to help you get started, but you can just give them a call and talk to Paul, one of the folks here, and they'll show you how to get started with social media as a way to grow and market your business. It really is the cutting edge. I mean, if you're in business, this is something you really need to be doing. So check out more information on our website right here at www.blautech.com. Thanks for watching The Mainframe on blautech.com and WGRA.net.